fortune, good health. But if you sow evil and wicked seeds, you reap the evil and wicked fruits, which is all the bad things that's happening. Accidents, incidents, losses, natural disasters, destructions, and everything else. And this accumulated karma or retribution that's playing out right now may not be just the past few months or past few years. It may have been a few decades. When it's upright, everything will be good. We'll be getting the good thing. When it's reversed, that means whatever we are getting is all the bad stuff. So be prepared that there will be injustice treatment, but we have to bear with it. And the bowls, when it's in upright position, that means when everything is bright, you look at the bowls, the pottery bowls. They are very nice, right? Nice painting, sculpted crafting on the bowl and the color. But the reverse one, you look, the bowl is old and tattered and yellow. That's why whatever we have right now, the remainants, are not very fresh and good ones. Even food. We may have to go on food rationing or eating our old stocks that's not overdue for a later part. That means you have to keep stock of our own food to eat. May not have the money to buy. We have to ration the old stocks due to the current scenario. When the bowl is old and tattered, meaning that there will not be much profit earning. Even if there's earning, you will be drained by the crisis. Any scenario crisis. For this triangle, look at it, it's bright stone. For this one, it's a dark black stone that's pointing up. I have a bad feeling about this. This means death. Because the death are rising. Bad luck is rising. Bad energy. Bad karma, not bad energy. Bad karma is rising. And you see there's a red circle here. This means red alert scenario. Which means I believe most of the country are still in lockdown or restriction movement or state of emergency or whatsoever. Even if it's out of state of emergency, there's restricted movements. Yes, in terms of justice, you have to present the bare and naked truth. But when the justice is in reverse, you do not see the bare and naked truth because it's all white. The black has been painted white. When the black has been painted white, that means the so-called not so nice truth has been painted to white. which actually is fake it until it looks like a very, very nice presentation scenario. That's what is actually happening right now. For our current health crisis, where the actually spreading of the virus start. Yes, the black has been painted white. The black is the truth. The very ugly truth has been painted white. Beautified in a way that we do not know the truth, so white. Okay. The cause of the near future card is the Knave of Wands, which is a Knight of Wands. Yes, he's holding a shield and a spear wand. There's 2 snakes on it, spiral up, and a fiery spear at the end. Fiery spear end. Yes, this person coming with news. Look at the cross on the shield, the red cross, which means to say there's a lot of people that needs medical help or hospitalized or whatever. And then there's a tiger fighting the lizard behind the scene. Truth fighting the fake. The whole scenario is red again. It's like fire burning. Red in terms of most of the countries are in red alert mode. State of emergency is red. Even if we reach DOSCON orange, it's still red. A shade of red. Yeah, orange is here. It's actually printed on top of the red triangle, which means to say it's still not a very good scenario. Yeah, look at this triangle. It's trying to fry the orange up. Orange sign. But the wing is so small. The triangle cannot be lifted. The pyramid triangle cannot be lifted. The lions are many signs in the security forces. For the Asian countries, I think they are police force or military signs. They like to have either the tiger or the lion on one side of the sign. Mostly using the lion, because the lion is the king of the jungle. That's why on their so-called badge sign for the security military or security police force, security forces, police forces, military forces, most of them in the Southeast Asia region has the lion sign. Although it's different countries. Some Western country as well, but not very popular. It may not be the military, police force, or security. It may be other forms of organizations or whatsoever. Okay, now we go to the spear wand that this Knight of Wands is bringing. He's bringing in some fast news. It's supposed to be good news. But look at the wand that he's carrying. He has 2 snakes that's sparring around the wand. That means, to what I see, it's not going to be good news. Why? There's the truth being held. When the snake appears, a snake is sneaky. Crafty. Sneaky, crafty. Behind the scenes. That means the news coming may not be all truth from what I see from this card. The good news may have something sneaky behind, where the snake is actually working for his own good. Yes, he's being sneaky and crafty because he wants to benefit himself, the snake. The truth is being hidden. And someone there's 2 snakes. That means maybe 2 forces that's hiding the truth. I don't know who is the 2 forces. These forces may be country, or maybe within a company, organization, business, or government. Or maybe 2 political parties as well. Both are sneaky because they are out to look for their own benefits. You notice that the 2 heads of the snake are facing each other. That means these 2 forces are battling each other, trying to win. So, to what I know, the news that come in may not benefit most of us, because we are actually being sandwiched between the fighting of these 2 forces. This is a very dreadful scenario for us. Those people, they are not unknown to the agenda of these 2 forces that's doing the battling and the fighting. And most of the people will be innocent victims. They've been struck out or drained or made use of by these 2 forces. By these 2 battling forces. They are against each other. It may also be a religion with some government officials. That may also be possible. In the past years, religion was actually being suppressed by military forces in certain countries, where the religion was actually taken over by the military forces in control. Suppress every so-called movement and expressions and teachings of their religion as well. And this fiery fire-right spear, it has many, many sharp edges. That means when it's been pierced into someone, it's going to cause severe injury, severe bleeding, severe losses. This looks like a horseshoe to me. I hope the animals won't be involved in this health crisis, Because if these major animals are infected, this is a reptile, this is an animal, the spread is going to be very, very, very horrendous for the virus. I hope all these are just the battling forces that's representing anyone and not the animals getting infected with the current health crisis virus, infectious virus. Why do I say that? Because there's a cross on the shoe that looks like the Red Cross, which means medical. On the first aid box, you have this Red Cross as well. First aid kit box, whether it's small or big or whatever. Whether it's with the St. John's ambulance or the Red Cross, they have this. Or any hospitals or military. Their medical supplies are all come with this Red Cross. And this one looks like the flag of England, not UK, England. If this is a cost cut of this karma, that means that region may not be facing very good scenario. May be having a lot of problems coming up. I don't know what other countries have this. But I know for the Sweden's flag is a yellow, blue background with a yellow sign cross like this. Maybe I have to look out for those countries with the flags that have this kind of display. Irregardless of the color background. The country scenario. People in that country must stay cautious and full alert mode and be vigilant and diligent when dealing with everything that's happening around them. Diligent and vigilant is because during this kind of crisis, where everybody is having financial problem, which means stealing and robbing will be very, very substantially increased. Not just, it may not be just in the countries with this flag symbol. It's any country. Robbing, stealing. Food bank was being robbed in UK. For the past day news, I think, past 1 or 2 days. That means there'll be more stealings and robbing in the future. You have to pray in for that. Please make sure you look out for your own belongings. Okay, the final ending of the scenario before the full moon reaches is the wheel of fortune in reverse. Means we are running bad luck. We cannot move forward. We cannot turn to the next scenario. Due to the wheel of fortune in reverse, the wheel is in reverse. That means it's turning in reverse instead of turning forward. When things turn in reverse, it will not look good. Means things will go down. Whether it's economy, business, financial, family, company, workplace scenario, corporation, organization, government, organizations or government sectors, departments, or government ruling forces. Everybody will be turning in reverse due to the current crisis scenario. And notice the triangle is pointing down again and the plus is above it. The cross means death. Death that caused everything to plunge down. Triangle is going down. Yes, hence there's up and down. That means it's going up and going down, which means it's neither up or down. We are stuck in the reverse wheel scenario. We cannot turn and move forward. Yeah, this is a dragon. No, this is not a dragon. This is a snake with a crocodile's head. First part of the crocodile's or alligator's head and paws, arm paws, limbs and paws, which means that there's a sneaky and fierce individual that is trying to attack the humans, the majority people. And look at the one that's used to attack. It's like a fork. That means it's going to pierce you very severely injured. You have to have a huge losses. Crocodiles and alligators are actually predators. They don't care who you are. They just need food. They will just kill you. Kill the prey and get their food. And having the snake's body means they are very sneaky, crafty, dishonest. Yes. A lot of behind the scene manipulations that might have caused this current view in reverse. They are talking about the snake. Yes, sneaky people are very dishonest, without integrity. And that is true. There's two forces here. There is dishonest, without integrity, sneaky, crafty, selfish. Here is even worse. Because the half body is an alligator predator, we have the sneaky characteristic plus this one. It's a very deadly predator that's going to be reaping. They may be reaping profits, reaping lives to make their scenario look really good. That means they don't care who they sacrifice. They will just sacrifice people in order to reach their goal, in order to reach their scenario, in order to reach their figure. They'll sacrifice the people. This looks like capsule to me, capsule. I don't see anything that looks like injection needle right now down here. That means the vaccine will have serious side effect if I'm not wrong. May have to come out with a new vaccine. Because the vaccine doesn't have a 3-needle end, fork end. We might still have to depend on medications like capsules or tablets form of intake to actually temporarily suppress the situation, which is reverse. The wheel is reverse. Inevitably there's some side effects. But it's better to actually have the vaccine and cause death. At least we can still keep the patient alive until we find the right curing. until they come out with the new medicine, different kind of medicines where the dosage is actually confirmed. So everything is in a testing stage. That's why the wheel is reversed. This looks like the animal to me, and it's in reverse. That means there may be a certain number of animals dying. Why? Because a cross is on top of the animal's head. The animal's head is hanged upside down for this sign. It may be also meaning that the animal's health is going down because the hand is pointing downwards. That's nearest to this sign. Humans do not have ears pointing upwards or horns going on top of their heads. These two are either ears or horns. Okay. This is a panther. No, not a panther. You know the ancient animal that's called a sphinx? S-P-H-I-N-X? I think this is the one. To me, it doesn't look very auspicious because it's blue in color. Blue means Tao. It may mean calm, but this is not a calm scenario when it's in reverse. It's not in upright. It's in reverse. That means there'll be chaos, arguments, debates, disagreements, because it's not a calm state, environment, scenario, situation. Be prepared to face all these things. This head is actually the Cleopatra's head. Okay, for the ancient time, the Cleopatra is a woman that wants to attain power, attains a so-called luxurious enjoyment, irregardless of what she has to sacrifice, her body, give sex, whatsoever. The son that she had is not the son of her husband. It's the son of another country's king. That's why Egypt went down, because she committed adultery. Being the ruler of the country, committing adultery to have a son to take over the country, definitely the country will go down. The empire will be gone. Yes, the Cleopatra ruling empire is everything gone due to this. Okay, this is the ancient Egyptian army. Yeah. This shows that those military forces or security police forces are patrolling around. But notice they are wearing a mask to cover up their identity and carrying a sword. Yes, in our modern scenario, these security forces are carrying guns, batons, as defense equipment. Whether it's to defend themselves or defend someone that's in need. or to actually shoot down those people that's trying to escape. If the person is good in their shooting, their shooting will not cause the person's death, will actually cause the person's injury, where the person cannot actually escape due to the injury. Yes, normally this kind of injury is only on the legs, if you want to stop the person from escaping. Currently, the different security forces, police forces in almost every country does not have a very good shooting skill. I don't understand why they have to kill the victim when they are just trying to capture them, instead of shooting their limbs, their legs, to actually make them unable to run. If let's say the person is threatening to kill someone, carrying a gun, or strangling someone, if you shoot the person to death, maybe that is a bit acceptable. But if your shooting skills is really that good, you can shoot in such a way it actually pass through the side of the heart and the person will be down. Why? Because serious blood wound injury that's near the heart is very painful, but it will not cause the person's death. When the person is being sent to hospital, the person still can be saved and still can be finished to actually go through the court cases and everything. Okay, when these security patrolling forces in reverse means they are just doing their duty to help those people in power. We are the ones that have to actually not to actually provoke them or do anything wrong to get ourselves into trouble when this guy is in reverse. That's the warning here. Okay, when the wheel is upright, it's turning in clockwise. When the wheel is reversed, it's turning in anti-clockwise. Anything that turns anti-clockwise is reverse. Reverse means it's not natural. Unless you are turning the wheel of the ship to maneuver the situation. Right now, when it's reversed, that means it's going back, going down. The scenario is going back, going down. Whether it's family, relationship, company, organization, MNC, working environment, working relationship, jobs, government, private sectors, charity organizations, families. Because of all the so-called crises, different crises that's arising, we will have a lot of problems in all these areas. That's inevitable. There will be crises in terms of that will arise, arguments, disagreements, quarrels. Let's hope we don't actually escalate into violence. Why? Because you see, the predator is here. So if there's any violence taking place, the one that is acting the violence, he's cruel, he's sneaky, he's crafty. That's why please report to the authority if you have anyone like this at home. I think this person should not be given a chance if he does something wrongly, if there's any family violence, because he's ruthless. The predator that's an alligator or a crocodile is ruthless when they want to actually prey on their prey. If you have seen documentaries about predators, there's alligators or crocodiles, attacking the prey is a very scary scenario, and they fight very, very virally, strongly, powerfully, until the prey is in their hands and dead, and they are eating it. So with a snake body, it's even worse. That means there's a combination of different characters. And this may not be your family violent. It may be those people in control, or any company work scenario or anything. So please look out for yourself, because they are in reverse. Wheel of Fortune bad luck also means bad karma, bad retribution will be before. Same as this Justice in reverse when it's been named as a karma card. Now this Wheel of Fortune reverse is actually double confirming that bad karma and bad retribution will befall upon those who have not been good, who have been evil and wicked. They'll probably be making a lot of losses, because bad luck means there's financial losses, money losses. There may even be company or bankruptcy when it's in reverse. See, there's a cross in the middle, and there's an eye. That means somebody is looking from behind the scene, observing everything, and trying to manipulate the whole scenario to make gains for himself. I don't know who is this person behind the scene, because in every scenario, every country or every situation or every family, there's a different person, or every partnership. So please beware. It may not be the two partners, husband and wife. It may be another person watching, trying to read during this crisis, so that the person will get what they need. They may be in need of this, which they do not have, or they are just trying to get to keep for stock, because there may not be much available stock in the market due to the crisis. And the sphinx's eyes are closed. The eyes are closed. And it's in reverse, which means to say most of us will be blinded to the truth, the situation, the scenario, the agendas, or whatever things that has been set up by the person in control, or the person that want to reap reward. This is the last thing that I noticed. Okay, let me see if I got anything else I need to add to my reading. Okay, this wheel, I have to tell you the truth, it looks like any vehicle wheels, especially the cars, the lorries, the motorbikes, bicycle, any form of moving vehicles that's on the road. It may be even for the sea or the air, Because airplanes have turbines. It's the same circle for the turbines. The airplanes have at the side the wings. Does it look like the fan that's turning at the side to actually rise the plane so that is carrying the plane up with the so-called blades, fan blades rotating the turbine to bring force. For cruisers, ships, it's the same thing. They have this inside the mechanism. So when it's in reverse, there may be accidents. From what I see in this card. Because the sign looks exactly like those things in the land, air, sea, traveling, transport mechanisms or wheels. Even electric operated cars also have wheels. So beware. When you drive, please beware. There may be accidents. It may not be caused by you. It may be another person behind. So just beware. Look out. Everyone must look out. And be careful. And please check your car before you start driving, so that you do not run into accident. Sometimes the cooling water in the engine may not be enough. It might cause a fire. Or the battery is out or whatsoever. So please check your car. And everything mechanism is working well before you set out on your trip, so that you won't run into an accident, causing injury or deaths. It may be other people that may be causing the accident. So when you are driving, you must be careful. But for your own part, if you check yourself, you actually save yourself from some bad incidents or accidents from happening. Make sure the wheels have enough air. And make sure you have a spare tire in your boot, car boot, so that in case it's punctured, you can change. Because in this kind of quarantine scenario, it's not easy to get a mechanic to actually help you do the thing. There won't be a lot of vehicles on the road. For those engines, before you set out, whether it's for planes, flights, helicopters, ships, cruisers, or motorboats, please check your engine before you start off the thing. And then the other thing is, please make sure there's enough fuel, because you don't want to actually able to reach your destination and cannot return halfway. Or maybe due to uprising, sudden weather change, and there's insufficient for return. Sometimes it may not be weather change. Maybe you run into some problems. You need to go to another place. So make sure you have extra petrol, extra fuel, because some run on diesel, not all run on petrol. And for electric charge car, please make sure you have enough charging before you set out, so that you can return. It has something to do with the turbine when I look at this. Any mechanism that has turbines, whether it's in-house equipment or outdoor equipment, please be careful. Because if it's turning in reverse, that means there might be some mechanical fault causing incidents, accidents, lives of injuries. Not only for the moving transports, vehicles, moving transport, air, sea or land. Whether it's huge or small. Okay. For the eye that's behind watching, beware. If someone is watching from in the dark between of you, that means that person must have designs to get something from you. Sometimes you may not know that your partner is actually working with this person that's watching to read you. So please